What's the difference between a SHRM Specialty Credential and the SHRM Certification? I'm Christina Danforth from HR Jetpack, a top SHRM Education Partner. In this video, I'll provide an in-depth explanation of the differences between a SHRM Specialty Credential and a SHRM Certification. The short answer is, the SHRM Specialty Credential is very specific to an HR competency or HR functional area, and the SHRM Certification is an all-inclusive professional designation for the human resources profession. Let's get into the details. Stay tuned until the end because there are several significant differences between them. First, an overview of each one. The SHRM Certification is one of the most sought-after HR certifications in the world. Over 115,000 HR professionals have their SHRM certification, and this number is growing. It's recognized globally. There are two SHRM certifications, the SHRM Certified Professional, or SHRM-CP, and the SHRM Senior Certified Professional, or SHRM-SCP. The SHRM Specialty Credentials are forms of recognition that acknowledge a specific skill set, competency, or functional area within HR. For instance, HR Jetpack has partnered with SHRM to offer the SHRM Talent Acquisition Specialty Credential. All those who join our program and earn this credential are demonstrating their expertise in talent acquisition. On a side note, if you're interested in learning more about the Talent Acquisition Specialty Credential, see the link in the description. There are several specialty credentials besides talent acquisition, including U.S. employment immigration, workplace investigations, inclusive workplace culture, people analytics, California law, and HR Department of One. Notice the titles. The titles are specific to an area an HR pro may want to specialize in, or they may need help developing their knowledge in that particular area. Next, let's take a look at what requirements an HR pro has to meet in order to obtain a certification versus a specialty credential. In order to earn a SHRM certification, you must qualify for it. A professional must meet a very specific set of criteria, which includes a mix of both education and experience. These are solid requirements. In fact, SHRM audits a certain percentage of the applications to take the exams. This ensures those who are applying for the exams truly meet the requirements. There's the other important factor. A professional must apply to take the SHRM certification exam. There's a whole process involved. I'll talk more about this in a moment. Let's go back to the specialty credential. There are no requirements and no criteria you must meet to pursue a specialty credential. However, having experience in HR and even in the specific HR functional area is helpful. This means there is no application process. You can contact SHRM or an education partner who is offering the credential program and register for it. A moment ago, I mentioned the word process. It's appropriate for the SHRM certification. Before a student even begins preparing for a SHRM certification exam, I recommend putting together a personal timeline starting with the date they'd like to take the exam. A SHRM certification exam has to be taken within a certain window of time, and it must be applied for in advance of this time frame. Once a student has an idea of when they'd like to take and apply for the exam, they must start their preparation. I recommend a student spend 80+ hours preparing to take a SHRM certification exam. It takes from 12 to roughly 18 weeks or longer to fully prepare for a SHRM certification exam. Students may pursue a self-study path using the SHRM learning system, register for a program like the one at HR Jetpack, which provides the SHRM learning system, or use their own method to prepare. During the preparation phase, once the application is approved, students schedule their exam with a testing vendor called Prometric. In contrast, the specialty credentials are much more straightforward. You register with a provider, attend a live instructor-led class for a certain number of hours, complete a series of e-modules, and take an assessment through the SHRM system. There are no applications, there are no audits, and there are no exam windows, and you do not need to schedule the exam with an outside vendor. In terms of the exam itself, the SHRM certification exams have 160 multiple choice questions. You are given 4 hours to complete it, and you can only take the exam once in an exam window, and if you don't pass, you'll need to take it again in the next exam window. The specialty assessment is timed with typically 50 questions, and you can take it twice. Now, both the certification and the specialty credential are good for 3 years. However, you keep a SHRM certification by earning professional development credits, or PDCs, during the 3-year cycle. You need to earn a total of 60 PDCs. You don't ever want to have to take that exam again. It's not the same with the specialty credentials. After the 3-year cycle, you'll need to retake the class, complete the e-modules, and pass the assessment again. Now, on a side note, an HR Pro with a SHRM-CP or SHRM-SCP can get up to 26 PDCs for earning a SHRM Specialty Credential. The number of PDCs available for each credential varies. This is something to keep in mind if you already have a SHRM certification. Those who earn a SHRM certification receive a digital badge and can add the letters SHRM-CP or SHRM-SCP to their profile, resume, and email signature. Specialty credential holders will also receive a digital badge and a certificate of accomplishment. No matter what, if you're looking to up your game as an HR Pro, you can't go wrong with completing a SHRM Specialty Credential course or the SHRM Certification Exam Prep course. It all depends on your personal and professional goals. If you see yourself specializing in a functional area like talent acquisition and don't see yourself being an HR manager or an HR business partner, then the Specialty Credential is probably a better fit. However, if you're looking to show your commitment to the human resources profession, earning your SHRM certification is more appropriate.